On the holes in the tank underneath. Yes, I'm only one right you far away. Dance when you want the video ranking. Zero, never check. Zero match as a rip of shade. Nigga life is something that's
I need to know, come catch the first flow, come tighter than toy. Walk me body with all of your might. I'm ready with me fuck. Oh no, well no way I know about Sarah. 2005 is skip back against the egg. Well, back Thursday. Someone this is Red Rock. Hey, yeah man, I rush around the clock. You would have think she a run pot shopper, but anytime you see a Chris can't stop her. Just look at Charlene in that car. Charlene a pretty car eye. She see me in a Lexus and I die. I know her friend tell me she not stop cry. Said she want a piece of the body. And I lie, Charlene a pretty car eye. She will see you in a Benz and cry. Just me rude boy, me not tell a lie. She will want a piece of your body.
Every man now come for your teeny tiny pony. Every man now beg for, dead for, play for. Every man now dead for your teeny tiny pony. Just sit down with your home sweet and jump alone. And every man popping with your home sweet home. To me take 4, 5, 6 months tick and like this. One take down to the 4, 5.
You no dance, no come in, you no know. When you go find every man surround you. The girl a broke out on the bed. Girl a wine like them with flying a tread. And your folks start dance and some girl start follow you. Harry start the way you sing.
When the ladies step is in a state of shock, all them find out a good man get liquor drop. So when you have a good man, that's him out your eyesight. Take me advice. Why? Just the other day a girl whisper in me ears. I tell me say good man short nowadays. She wonder if I live them or live in a cave. And she never know I could have reached this state. So girl take me advice before me go me waist. The best thing me say you fi do a go home go bed. Put on your clothes go on the front page. Any good man you see and them girlfriend a gaze. Grab on for them, hang on for them, hold on for them and just get take away. Lay down for them, sit down for them. If that you better you not make him get wet. Forget all you want to have it in a competition. More time you have to make some serious decision. Like when I get a good man for an exhibition. Wait till she slip and just take her position. Enough man out there in a bad condition. Try not choose one when you're deaf on man mission. 2 not 3 and 1 man of your religion. I wonder where you see a one limited edition. So grab on for them, hang on for them, hold on for them, a man just get take wet. Lay down for them, sit down for them. If I got you better, you now make him get wet. Get a little more enough things I go on. You think me now go find the switch to turn you on. Remember me one so you can see the gone. You now go forget me name when me gone. You forget a rabbit hood and me name. I'll get up the hit bullseye when me him. So nothing more me no happy explain. Little more a hurricane. I want to play you the right or get it. And make you feel butterfly in your belly. You feel breath alone and me know that alone turn you on. Anytime you spell it, I go speak up for you in the night like a thief. Keep you awake all night you can't sleep. I move to the potion and your heartbeat. When me a great, me great sweet. You feel the more enough things I go on. If me not go find the switch to turn you on. Remember me one so you can see the one. You not go forget me name.
Go back Thursday.
Put on me name. I'll get up the hit bullseye when me him. So nothing for me no happy explain. Looking for a hurricane.
And with the girl them a cry for life. Only if a girl do not cry for. Girl a wonder when me get them sex appeal. Girl me drink the tiger coat end up with the tequila. Scare them away, the girl them after. We give them over and they still want water. Girl all the hope of rent and charter. Lord, them a children with them daughter. And with the girl them far and a sea coat. Hear about me money them plan feet out. Girl, eat me out and let me freak you out. Just should have use your head when make you use your mouth. Sorry me have to leave you what this roundabout. No doubt, y'all follow me go east and south. Jesus Christ, me and the girl them spout. Hey, me the girl them a cry for life. Holy but y'all do not die for. Y'all follow me get them sex appeal. Hey, me drink it higher bone with the tequila. Well, I weed the girl them after. Give them over and them still want grata. Y'all all have a rent and charter. Lord,
She's a maniac. Cause she's dancing like she's never danced before. She's a maniac. Cause she's dancing like she's never danced before. She's a champion girl on Saturday night, looking for the time of her life. Nothing in this world wouldn't phase her at all. They say she's crazy. And all night long in her favorite song, posted in the latest vibe. People talking this and they're talking that. Says she's wicked and wild. She's a maniac, on her. Cause she's dancing like she's never danced before. She's a maniac, on her. Cause she's dancing like she's never danced before. Go, Cinderella. Sexy body and your face make me shiver. Go, Cinderella. Pressure. Fresh and clean, you're like a beauty queen from the cover of a magazine.
Them gyal are
You got
hot.
the cutest smile, you got me going wild. You're like a star from a movie scene.
I mean.
Girl, every man keeps making plans. They just wanna be with you.
I saw you go.
You're young and free, each man can see. You're like a dream come true.
Tell me, Richie.
Go, Cinderella. You got to
I mean, we're hot,
Go, Cinderella. 'Cause everybody know you're hot like a
Pretty
fire.
like something you want me.
Go, Cinderella. Sexy body and your face make me shiver. Take your time. Take your time and your tight clothes, please. You got me shaking and the weak in the knees. Girl, you mess up my mind the way you look at mine. You got me stretching.
Throwback Thursday.
And when you put on your see-through clothes and mix amount of the buff and expose, you got me running around like a fool in the town. Only the water to push me down. You got me roasting and burning with fever. Oh my baby, I can't take the pressure. And every time when you pass my way, I just got to say, baby, you're tight. Clothes is a murder me. Baby, you're tight. Clothes make me wanna be inside. Slow and tenderly. I want your body, baby, so you really come to me.
Oh, so you cute in your name brand suit, gal, whop them and flop them. Oh, so you fresh in your big bad dress, gal, whop them and flop them. Love man a come, but you run them away. One man alone, big tune of the play. And in the ear, get the show, can't say you don't know. Oh, yeah.
Are you stay so Italy? Are you have me a wait under the mango tree? Are you stay so make your dance about tree? You know me one little of the something where you have. Are you stay so Italy? Are you have me a wait under the mango tree? Are you stay so make your dance about tree? You know me one something where you have.
There's a 205 that's in the man. The fast drive to reach the flint second. She want reach that destination. She want the journey for long. There's a 205 that's in the man. The fast drive to reach the flint second. She want reach that destination. She want the journey for long. Red, find a man. What you want to do? Red, out our plan. From you know what you want to give. Let me have the white dance to him. I got a child in red, find a man. What you want to run? Red, don't have plan. From you know what you want to give. Let me hear the white dance to him. When a girl must sit down, a girl a try to take your space, but just tell her say, take it easy, cheesy. But she want come grip on by your man, but tell her take your time. You sour like lime. A girl a try to take your space, but just tell her say, take it easy, cheesy. But she want come grip on by your man, but tell her take your time. You sour like lime. Yeah. When it drop, it stop right there. Yeah. When it drop, it stop right there.
So the bad come here with your galley trend, just ease up, breeze up. You get the skettle, but no they are road again. Just ease up,
Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high, kill them with the no. No boy ain't got no secret for your wow. Heads high, kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high, kill them with the no. Tell them to get the song.
If you're fed up with your boyfriend, let him go. Or your boyfriend, let him go. And every night him come in your ears, and you know say your ears in my ears. Jump if your man not do it right, let him go. And him come in and a white boy, let him go. Cause every night him come in and your ears, so you know say your ears in my ears. Stop! Look on the woman where you got. Check out the woman where you're the media.
And that's where we wrap things up on Back to the Future. You're locked on to the trending station 1069.
Styles like these.
Are you ready for?
Party done.
Throwback Thursday. We giving you the best throwbacks, the anthems, and dance all great. Throwback Thursday.
When the talk about evolution.
Boom, 1069.
Driving me crazy, 'cause you keep on harassing me. You're telling me you're wanting me, so I'm gonna make you scream my name.
We giving you the best throwback.
I love it.
On 1069.
You say that you want it. You say that you need it. You say that you like what I do and I do what I do to you. But it's driving me crazy, 'cause you keep on harassing me. You're telling me you're wanting me, so I'm gonna make you scream my name. I'm gonna make you all of the more, and I ain't gonna stop, baby, till I'm down to the very last drop. I'm gonna make you scream my name. I'm gonna make you all of the more, and I ain't gonna stop, till I'm down to the very last drop.
If I had $1 for every woman I've made love with, I would be rich. And I lie, me, I'm telling you. I would be rich. If I had $1 for every woman I've made love with, I would be rich. I would be rich. Ask anybody about me. See, Papa, yeah, me had girls like crazy. In a 1 week, they shoot down all 20. Me not tell no lie, me don't pass a century. Me mean 100. Isn't that plenty? You would not think I want the telephone come. How they kill and them used to con. Mothers used to tell their daughters, stay away from me. You see that boy there? Him too nasty. If I had $1 for every woman I've made love with, I would be rich. I would be rich. If I had $1 for every woman I've made love with, I would be rich. I would be rich. I'm millionaire. One time I make girl in a party. In a the dance, they say girl like crazy. Tell me girl I go into the washroom. and I will be back very soon. All the time, boy, me day in a corner, whining for a sweet, sexy daughter. Hoping my girl don't come over, cause if she come over, me don't say a murder. If I had that dollar for every woman I've made love with, I would be rich. I would be rich. I would be rich. Hey, yo. If I had that dollar for every woman I've made love with, I would be rich. I would be rich. Yo, sing for the people there.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
Yes.
Travel the world with so much ladies. Yeah, more girls we have, is the more girls we need. Yeah, cuando papa, let them know how you feel.
Yo, jiggle, rock out and jiggle, step out and jiggle, bust out and move your body, shake your body. I got a tune for my, my ladies. I got a tune for my,
Throwback Thursday.
A girl thinks she hot but you hotter, thinks she fat but you fatter. You live in a low income house, but this girl is a swatter. Ask this girl what's the matter? Muggle in your brand new slippers, where you buy from butter. You know no time with the chatter. Every Easter you can't floss down a pepper regatta. When you step out you look proper. Your skin smooth, you don't get no latter. So young girl jiggle, rock out and jiggle, step out and jiggle, rock out and move your body, shake your body, jiggle, rock out and jiggle, bust out and jiggle, step out and move your body.
I wanna get to know ya. You know that I adore ya. Yes, I do, baby. I wanna get to know you, boy. Give me a chance. I wanna get to know ya. You know that I adore ya. Yes, I do, baby. You drive me crazy. There's so much I can show you. I've been waiting for you. Yes, it's true, baby. You drive me crazy. This is no infatuation. This is the way I'm feeling right now. Been trying to get next to ya to prove that I can move ya. I know how. See, it's been you watching me, watching you now. What's a girl to do? What's a girl to do? After all is said and done, with the battles all but one, I still want you. Want to get through. I wanna get to know ya. You know that I adore ya. Yes, I do, baby. You drive me crazy. There's so much I can show you. I've been waiting for you. Yes, it's true, baby. You drive me.
Something in the way you look at me, something in your eyes makes me so weak. Can't figure you out. Just why you're all that I think about. You really gotta hold on me. Maybe it's the things you say when we speak. Your words, they sweep me off my feet. I can't explain it. It's kinda complicated. You're the only one for me. You don't know the way you make me feel. Something deep inside tells me you're for real. I can't fight it, no, can't deny it. You move me, baby. You don't know the way you make me feel. Something deep inside tells me you're for real. I can't fight it, no, can't deny it. You move me, baby.
Shawty, you're looking fine. God must have spent a little more time. You're the only thing on my mind. This is the sign.
Throwback Thursday.
You're walking out your birthday suit. You're the one who can blow my food. White roses and a groove. You are so special in my life. You're the one who's gonna make it right. Where you go, I would like to be. You make me complete. So baby, wrap your love around me. Never leave me lonely. My heart is in your hand. Hey, crazy. may seem, but lately, all this time has told me I love you till the end. Shorty, you're looking fine. God must have spent a little more time. You're the only thing on my mind. This is the sign. This is the truth. You look good in your birthday suit. You're the one who can blow my fuse. White roses and a cruise. This love that burns in our heart. This fire can never be blown out. Take my hand, oh won't you understand? I am your man. So kiss me, put your arms around me. Tell me that you love me. Do it again. Yeah, crazy. This may seem but lately, all this time is told me I love you till the end.
So this is the shorty inside the party, looking real naughty, winding up she little body. I said, come on over, come let me show ya. Keep winding that waistline. If you tell me your name, I'll tell you my.
Bad man talking.
I gotta have it, shorty. Señorita, please tell me your name. I really would like to dance with you again. You know I want it, I got to have it, shorty. Take you out, stay and move and drive me insane. Watch now, señorita, 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 señorita.
Sexy girlfriend, why you stand up over there? Not to me, everybody in a day that's a stare. Big fight on the house in the dance when you are here. Them man have one was see but here. Shorty, I wanna get with you. I see a nice celebrity and you. You know make no other choice, let me give you this salute. Pretty girl in a me like me, why you bring for me out?
Señorita, please tell me your name. I really would like to dance with you again. You know I want it, I got to have it, shawty, have it, shawty. I swear and overdrive me insane. Watch now, señorita, 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 señorita.
Every time you look to me, you don't know that the way you feel. Trying to say no, but you keep making it so hard for me. You keep on touching, keep on kissing and harassing me. You're pretending you don't know what to do when you touch me, tease me, tempt me, caress me. I'm losing control and I can't contain myself. I'm losing control and I can't contain myself. You touch me, tease me, tempt me, caress me.
I just can't breathe. It's a rise up, hear them tell them. I'm not about your one whole system.
Tell you to keep playing on that level so your man won't know. You don't want to do that, you keep coming back along. That's why you're burning when you're next to me. But on my neck you're leaving signs for my girl to see. Touch me, tease me, tempt me. You got to fake my love. I'm losing control and I can't contain myself. I'm losing control. Can't contain myself. Touch me, tease me, tempt me, caress me. You got to fake my love.
It's nobody.
Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. To have in my life.
Ain't no one to take my heart away at the end of the night. So no satisfaction when we're really close. Caught up in your motion, never letting go. Ain't nobody like you to make the moment move. Time just has a way of standing still whenever I'm with you. Baby, you got to take my love. You got to know. You got to take my love, baby. You got to take my love. You got to know. You got to take my love.
The man be captivating. The way you move your hand till I feel it. Good loving, sweet, sweet loving. That's how we you get, baby.
We on a journey, a magic carpet ride. Ain't no way at all I'm letting go when our worlds collide. A chemical reaction, burning us inside, spinning out of control, emotions running wild. Baby, you got to take my love. You got to know. You got to take my love, baby. You got to take my love. You got to know. You got to take my love.
We giving you the best throwback. I love it on 106.9.
And if you love hearing some good throwback music, then this is the day for you. That's right, it's Throwback Thursday all day long on 106.9, the trending station, saying good morning to you once again, SVG. Good morning to you if you're locked on from the diaspora. Good morning to you. Good morning. Remember that you can link up with us. And today we are actually happy to be back with you on Facebook. And we also can connect with you via WhatsApp. So if you want to check us out on Facebook, we are live right now. You can find us at the handle at Boom SVG 1069. And you can also link up with us on our station WhatsApp. We're back up and running. You can send us your voice notes and text messages there at 4551069. You can also call us at 451-1069. Touch base with us. Let us know that you're listening, and you can also make your contributions there. Let me say good morning to those locked on our Facebook already. Good morning to you, and we want to apologize for not being able to come through to you for the last, how much days has it been, Shady? Do you know? How many? For the last 3 days. But we are happy to be back with you. Nevertheless, again, the handle to find us on Facebook and other social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube is at Boom SVG 1069, and our WhatsApp number is 4551069. Before we get into any discussion this morning, let me just get some messages your way. First, I want to tell you about Barry's Auto Parts that's located in Lower Middle Street, Gap. And you can get parts for many different vehicles. You can get your windshield front cut, your fender, your brake, your master and booster, tail light, shocks, fans, mirrors, arms, and so much more. They've got a wide variety of Starlet parts as well. You can check them out for your parts for your Toyota vans and your Nissan vans. You can send a WhatsApp message to Barry's Auto Parts at 593-5226. And if you're checking out their physical location, you're going to want to also check out On Fleet Boutique, located in the same building as Barry's Auto Parts. You can check them out for fits for upcoming events, and you can call On Fleet Boutique at 457-8227. And we want to tell you about some things that you can enjoy with Flow. You can stay connected with a new Flow Broadband 250 package and enjoy fiber fast internet connectivity at home and pay only $60 for the rest of the year. Broadband 250 packages available island-wide. To subscribe today, check them out in store. You can also send a WhatsApp message to the Flow Virtual at 494-5464. Terms and conditions apply. Flow is keeping you connected. And we got to say good morning to the Pharmacy Plus family. You can get a lot at Pharmacy Plus, like your dietary supplements. You can get your vitamins, your minerals, tonics, not just for kids, but also for adults. You can also grab your Ferroglobin tonic and capsules, your Nerve tonic, your Vitone tonic, and your Pharmason Advanced tablets. Also, you can grab your biotin capsules retail. So check all of that out and more at Pharmacy Plus, located on Egmont Street. And when you go, tell them that the OMG in the Morning family sent you and sent a big, big hello one time. And we got a message for you from Quartz as well. So much going down at Quartz. They've got sweet deals available on stoves, mattresses, chair sets, and accessories with savings of up to 60% on selected products. Plus, you can check their store out for new arrivals, including the Nintendo PS5 and the Craftsman Power Tool range. If you've got no money, don't worry about it. Ask about their flexible credit payment packages. Flow is bringing value home. And listen, Quartz is already getting ready for Christmas. I saw that they've brought out their Christmas decorations, and if you know anything about Quartz and their Christmas decorations, they are really, really nice. So you can check them out. And Quartz will be stopping by OMG in the Morning tomorrow. And we are so excited to have them with us because they're going to be telling us about 101 reasons to shop at Quartz. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to be doing some nice giveaways. So you got to make sure that you are by your phone so that you can call in tomorrow and be a winner as we welcome Quartz tomorrow. And they're going to be telling us about why you should be shopping at Quartz and all of the fantastic things that you can grab at Quartz. They're also going to be telling us about their payment protection plan, their Quartz Ready Cash loans, and so much more. So make sure that you are locked on tomorrow so that you can win some fantastic prizes. I heard about some of them through the grapevine. Trust me, you're going to want to make sure that you have your phone in hand tomorrow for when Quartz comes in with us. All right, I want to say good morning to Bernadette. Bernadette, I hope you were okay for the last 3 days without us. I know that Bernadette is always on it.
Yeah. She messaged me yesterday.
She did. She probably was like,
going hand.
What is happening? Are they ever coming back? So, Bernadette, it is good to have you. I want to say a special shout out as well to Mary, because Mary, usually, you're not giving a shout out to Mary. Just give a shout out to me.
And you know, he had message, right?
I was wondering what was happening. Yeah, a few people messaged me too. I ain't calling the name. But all right, before I even get to go into anything, I think I have a good morning, my brother. Good morning, my sister situation happening here. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, my sister and my brother. How are you?
Same thing.
Hello? Morning. And I hear you, Miss Perry. Say hello, Mr. Hamilton. How is everything? Actually, how is hear me tell you something. You know, me that day no game, you know. I'm a serious man. And I'm telling you that
I'm a serious woman. No, so make your contribution and don't waste precious radio time.
Because what I'm saying is that there are hours every week. You don't say, honey, let me come in and let me get a little 10 minutes and
Mr. Hamilton, make your contribution. It's not the day. Please make your contribution. All right?
Okay. Well, all I'm just saying, just to let you know that there is a very serious situation where the BF7 is now literally taking over Europe. We are seeing rising case in UK. And you have to understand that these figures we are getting, 25% so far of infections in these countries are taking over the BF5. It is very serious. And so we have a new mutation that is very, very infectious, more than the the BA5. And when that happens, what it means then that this virus continues to mutate rapidly. And how could there be, Mr. Biden and Mr. Gonzalez, any inclination to even think about dropping that very vital mask mandate? We are now seeing the new bivalent one, which is a recommendation from the World Health Organization. Louis up the tempo and put a new vaccine with a genetic structure, and it has failed. They hide it up because we know it will not work, and we know that there's a very serious situation in terms of the effectiveness of the old vaccines compared to the new vaccines. And I'm saying, for God's sake, this is not a doctor, but do you hear Dr. Robinson or any local doctor come on here and explain to you that you cannot have any drop or fall away of a pandemic unless you have an effective vaccine. We had effective vaccine. You see what is happening now with we call it the monkeypox. You're seeing a reduction in the cases because the smallpox vaccines are working. But all our doctors here in the Caribbean, in America, across the world, they're now hell-bent on telling you, well, we have a BF7. Go take a booster. I gave you figures coming from the CDC. 44.6% of persons who took that third and fourth shot end up hospitalized. We are seeing figures coming out from doctors across the world. Pay review, 1 in 800 are getting infections. It means that our officials here in St. Vincent, let me forget about the Caribbean and America, they've been lying to us. And we have to allow them to be paid with our salary. One last thing, because I know you're getting a little nervous with me. I am calling for those people, every one of them, in that physical planning, who stood there while Julian Francis and Ralph Gonsalves and the others said that we had environmental impact assessment. The NDP then did a good job. And I'm saying now we are now hearing the investors saying, oh, well, we went and checked and we discovered there's so much debris and dirt. It means then that we have to put out that project and so another project, just like how we had all the other projects, failed. Don't talk about geothermal and cross-country road and the millions of dollars and Argyle Airport without no environmental impact. And we sitting down here and planning for Christmas. And I'm only saying is that for me, I am calling before I go for the resignation of every senior official in that physical planning. Mr. Benty Brown said that is what used to happen when he was there. The cabinet used to overrule them. And I'm saying, NDP, what has happened to you? You know what happened? Leacock talking about, hey, what Leacock talking about? Leacock talking, my sister, about vendors moving. Look at, that is what we don't want vendors on the street. To move vendors off the street, what I would expect of any new government is to make sure they get them back to work. But that is what you're saying. You get them. You're telling the world, oh, support NDP because you get vendors off the street. You know, you're not concerned, Mr. Leacock, that you have to get Mr. Gonsalves out first. I am calling for the resignation of Leacock Friday. Head of the police, head of the Attorney General's office, head of the Treasury, head of the Accounting Department. All these senior officials who find themselves in compromising positions that are paid with our taxpayers' money. And it is time, Dr. Friday, that you also step aside so that we have people like you and my brother here in morning who can educate our public. You think I love to call? I want not my country. I don't want no money from you, Friday. I don't want no money from you, Ralph Gonsalves. You all have done too much damage in this country. And don't tell me anything about independence. I will not be happy with independence.
He going to resign from this thing that he just be doing.
You can resign?
I'm wondering if he would ever. He calling for this person to resign, this person to resign. I wonder if he could ever resign from shouting and getting on. Like, I don't mind him contributing, but this is the I can't be bothered with it. And you know, one of the things that I was reading was, I think it was a response that the Prime Minister made to a question that Kenton Chan sort of asked him at his press conference about the whole situation with the quarry. And, you know, it just doesn't sit well to me how this situation has turned out at all. And I feel like even in his responses, we still aren't getting anything satisfactory. I wish that they would have come forward and said, listen, it's not working out in this way. Instead, it's more like, well, we wanted the aggregate we needed the aggregate. It was so important for us to get the aggregate from this project to, move forward with our port project. So now we're gonna have to get it from somewhere. So what happened to perhaps admitting that maybe you needed to have another environmental assessment done? What happened to coming forward and saying, well, we apologize because it seemed as though we were incorrect in some way? What happened to taking accountability for this whole situation, or at least reaching out to the farmers and the people who are affected and saying, well, this is the situation. This is the situation at hand. Why does it have to be a situation where we find out from Kenton going and doing his work as a journalist and reaching out to Reno and speaking to him? I mean, it's just, I can't. I really can't. Listen, we have to take a quick commercial break. Still to come within this hour is our Plain Talk segment with Council Thomas. We've also got Mr. Weeks, who will be joining us today, as well as Dr. Richards. And of course, we'll be taking your phone calls and voice notes, as well as WhatsApp messages, and going through your comments. Stick around.
Perez Hazel's end of year extravaganza is back! From now until December 31st, get 20% off all doors, windows, and tiles, and 15% off all paint. Plus, whenever you purchase 2 or more gallons of paint, you get a paintbrush for free. It all goes down at Perez Building Supplies, Diamond Woods, Ace Hardware in Kingstown, Ace 2 in Artisville, and Ace 3 in Pembroke. Head to any of these locations now for your doors, windows, tiles, and paint, and save big. Follow the Perez Hazel's Facebook and Instagram pages for more information on the extravaganza sale. This offer ends December 31st.
Big People Events presents October Raga Soca Fest on Saturday the 22nd of October. Going down at Woodsy, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Showtime, 9 p.m. with live performance by Adrian Bailey and the Magma Band featuring Scorpion.
She left the road.
Music by DJ Easy Sound. So get your early bird tickets at $35. Regular tickets at $40. Get your tickets at Woodsy Bar. Call 718-552-2687. Standard shippers 718-469-8377. Adrian Bailey at 917-853-8441. Or Shanique at 718-427-0385. So come celebrate with us. October Raga Soca Fest. Saturday 22nd October. Happy 43rd Independence SVG. Part sponsored by
Family fun days are here. Now is the time for movie marathons, tasty treats, and outdoor fun. At Courts, we have the TVs, appliances, grills, pools, and more to make your home the place to be. Get it all today with no cash when you shop with Courts Ready Finance. Family fun days are on now. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends July 23rd. Conditions apply.
A message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization in collaboration with UNICEF.
Stock up for the season with a Ready Cash small business loan.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with Flow. Easy wins.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash. Data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with Flow.
Low terms and conditions apply.
a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus for Supreme Care and more. Big People Events presents October Raga Soca Fest on Saturday the 22nd of October. Going down at Woodsy, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Showtime, 9 p.m. with live performance by Adrian Bailey and the Magma Band featuring Scorpion.
She left the road.
music by DJ Easy Sounds. So get your early bird tickets at $35. Regular tickets at $40. Get your tickets at Woodsy Bar. Call 718-552-2687. Standard Shippers 718-469-8377. Agent Billy at 917-853-8441. Or Shani at 718-427-0385. So come celebrate with us. October like a Soca Fest. Saturday, 22nd October. Happy 43rd Independence SVG. Card sponsored by Standard Shippers.
Let the SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
Apply today. Visit TCC.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
It's a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$213,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot from midday, Friday, October 14th. It's $213,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Throwback Thursday.
Absolutely. Just the way to carry yourself. That's the beauty.
Woman, I need you like never before. African woman, you're the one I adore. I need you like never before. And when you're with me, I feel so safe and secure. I need you like never before. I give you all my God and them soul. Woman, I need you like never before. Listen up. Don't you matter what people might say, black woman, you're my everything. I need you, girl, every night and day to give me my love, that's the very thing. So let's just stay together and we can make things better. Look at the joy we bring. And life is what we prefer, goodness is what I refer. To turn on the wings of wings. Friends, come and tell you it. Listen, girlfriend, I'm the one that you deserve. So let me take you by your hands. Both of us will walk the circle. Love come first. Don't you know what life really worth? I need you like never before. African woman, you're the one I adore. I need you like never before. Royal woman, she clean and pure. I need you like never before. Oh, yeah, yeah. Woman, I need you. Oh, yeah.
Some things were meant to be, so why not let it be? And stop worrying about it.
It's Throwback Thursday.
We know we're in a thoughts. Hey, no reason for concern. We're gonna say a lot of things about us. Said you know that love is not a sin, but you worry what the people say when they see me with you. Wonder what the crowd would say when they find us together. Wonder what the people say when they know we're in love. Wonder what the crowd would say. All these talk up here say and she say won't get us nowhere. Believe me, all I'm guilty of, girl, is loving you. For all the things they say and try to do to separate me and you, still I got enough love for you. Oh, yeah. Enough love for you. Oh, yeah. No lies, no games, no fronting of a kind. You always be mine. Thick or thin, come rain or shine, I love you for all time. Just be good to me. I'll be good to you. Just be good to me. No matter what they say, this your love not share. Can't come between. Investing my time and trust in you is all I wanna do. Believe me, girl. Won't be denied or rejected by cheap words or what you may have heard. Still I've got it plenty, and for you my empress, yeah, my love will never run empty. We've got a touch that means so much. Come on, let's nice it up.
Tell you about the good life with the good vibes. Your virgin is your virgin, sister is your sister. Everyone wants to make it, but if for one slice of bread, remember, make we break it. Good life with the good vibes. Virgin is your virgin, sister is your sister. Everyone wants to reach there. Don't forget to love. Please remember, care I feel it in my heart, and so I've got to talk. Instead of people living better off, them are dead off. Too much of the rat race and the tug of war. Want to look like giant trying to behave and do up. Prophecy shown us love must be all us. But what's the then she don't want to no love. Want to dethrone us. They cannot get us off the righteous path. How we are deal with the good life, with the good vibes. Virgin is your virgin, sister is your sister. Everyone wants to make it, but if for one crackers, remember, make we break it. Good life with the good vibes. Virgin is your virgin, sister is your sister. Everyone wants to be there. Don't forget to love.
Make these words of divine to the princess right away. Tell her to be fine. I don't want her to stray. Words of divine to the empress right away. Tell her to be mine. I don't want her to stray. Undeniable.
It's Throwback.
We should be together.
Throwback Thursday.
Unbelievable how I used to say I'd fall never. Basis need to know. If you don't know just how I feel, then let me show you now that I'm for real. If all things in time will reveal. Yeah, oh, you're like a dream come true, too. Just wanna be with you, baby. And girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. And all, baby, steps 1, 2, 3, 5, make you fall in love with me. If ever I believe my work is done, then I'll start back at one. So incredible the way things work themselves out. You're all emotional, wants to know what it's all about. Hey, undesirable for us to be apart. Could have never made it very far. 'Cause you know you've got the keys to my heart. And go on, you're like a dream come true, too. Just wanna be with you, three. And girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. And 4, repeat steps 1, 2, 3, 5, I'll make you fall in love with me. If ever I believe my work is done. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If being right means being without you, I'd rather be wrong doing life. Your mom and daddy said it's a shame, it's a downright disgrace. But long as I got you by my side, I
I don't care what your people say.
And we've got Consul Thomas backstage. We're going to welcome him now for his Plain Talk segment.
Plain Talk. Plain Talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now. On OMG. Plain Talk. Plain Talk with Jumo Thomas. All you talk now. On OMG.
There's a feedback. I don't know if you all get this.
All right, I think we are good now, Consul. You can hear us?
I think so, yeah.
All right, good morning.
Hi, good morning to you, Daniel. Good morning, Shady. Good morning, most of all, to your listeners. Since it's throwback, I want to deal with an issue that I've dealt with a number of times over the last year, and it has to do with the government COVID policy. And I have always insisted that this policy was built on a big lie. In fact, it's a dangerous lie. And if ever we needed more proof of that, we got it on Monday during a session of the European Parliament. There was to me, a most brilliant exchange between Dutch parliamentarian, Mr. Ross, and the senior executive of Pfizer, a lady by the name of Janine Small. What this exchange indicated is that the rollout of the Pfizer vaccine shots, when those shots were rolled out in December, January of 2020, that these executives, the Pfizer executive, did not know whether the vaccine prevented the transmission of the virus. So it was an exchange that went something like this. The Dutch parliamentarian asked Janine Small, was the vaccine tested on stopping transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to show the data with our committee? This was a parliamentary committee in the European Parliament. Small, the Pfizer executive, answered no, but went on to claim that Pfizer was moving at the speed of science. Well, the notion that you are moving at the speed of science is rather disingenuous, because the speed of science dictates that new drugs that are brought onto the market are tested for efficacy, for effectiveness, and for safety. And hitherto, drugs went through phase 1 trials, phase 2 trials, and phase 3 trials. And the evidence has been in for a long time that these Pfizer vaccines never went through a phase 3 trial. But that is the kind of data that led our government, and a number of other governments, I must admit, but none of them has been as draconian, at least in the Caribbean, as our government. We went on, the Prime Minister and his government went on to dismiss hundreds of workers. The Prime Minister encouraged private sector people to dismiss workers who did not accede to taking the vaccine. But and why that is particularly bad is because you all may recall back in February on one of these Plain Talk programs, I cited a quote from Albert Bourla. Albert Bourla is the CEO, the president of Pfizer. And Albert Bourla was speaking at a health conference in Europe. And he admitted, and I quote, 2 doses of the vaccine offered very little protection, if any, against the Omicron variant. This was in January, 2 months after the government instituted its COVID policies. This is the head honcho of the company that was producing the vaccine that was saying that 2 doses of the vaccine offered very little protection, if any, against Omicron. Yet, this government went on with its draconian policies. This prime minister, who turned out to be the absolute autocratic Ayatollah of the Caribbean on the issue of COVID vaccines, went ahead with that policy. So we have Bourla in January. We have Janine Smith last Monday saying that the vaccines were never tested for transmission. Yet, 2 weeks ago, where are we now? No, we're the 13th now. Last week, on the 6th of October, we had the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines saying that he was advised by the Chief Medical Officer, Simone Keyser Beach, to continue the COVID vaccine mandates as it relates to teachers and healthcare workers. Now, as I said, I think I might have mentioned last week or earlier this week, I do not believe that Simone Keyser Beach gave that advice. I do not believe it. I can't believe she's that daft. And if she did, she ought to be fired. Because the science has long been available, which shows that the vaccines do not protect against transmission, or they do not protect against that. They don't stop you. They don't protect you from contracting from contracting the virus, and don't protect you from spreading the virus. That has been long been out there. And like I said, Bourla said that in January, which is what? We are not 9 months ago. We're in the 10th month. 9 months ago, the president said that. So the unfortunate thing about all of this is that so many of our people, so many of our workers, so many of their families have been forced to suffer based on what some people knew and what some people were saying all along. I mean, if you notice the way in which this conversation is now taking place, that they are now telling you that, oh, we never said that it protects against transmission. But all of us who were following know that was a lie. PM Gonzalez, Simone Keyser Beach, Camilo Gonzalez, the health minister, Jimmy Prince, all of them were saying, take the vaccine, it will protect you against transmission. It will protect you, you can't contract it. And then remember the time when they were telling us that we had breakthrough infections which were rare, and then those turned out to be a flood. So, but the big winner in all of this, the big winner in all of this is the elite of the world. In the last 2 years, they have become richer and richer. Last year alone, Pfizer essentially smiled all the way to the bank, and it's continued to smile. Last year, Pfizer on the COVID vaccine alone made $37 billion. Billion with a capital B. $37 billion on the vaccines, the COVID vaccines alone. The elite of the world, the 1%, they made billions upon billions. The people who suffered are the poor, the middle class, the people with the small businesses. And I hope that in light of this new revelation that came out in the European Parliament on Monday, that Pfizer never even bothered to test for transmissibility, that this government would finally come to its senses, I would even allow them to argue, well, oh, we are caring and we are compassionate, as Gaston Brown said last November when he did away with his mandates. We are caring, we are compassionate, and as a consequence, we are going to end this nightmare that it has caused hundreds of Vincentian workers, end the mandate, give back the workers their jobs, and let us all go forward as Vincentians, particularly as we are approaching the 43rd anniversary of independence of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Daniel, that's my take for this morning.
All right, thanks, Consul. You know, my thing is not really on the whole vaccine efficacy aspect. My biggest thing is we seem to be the most laid back in terms of dealing with COVID initially, when there were so many unknown things about COVID. And now at the end of it, when everyone seems to be removing all their restrictions, we still have restrictions in so many ways. I don't get it. We don't have the travel protocols anymore. I even saw that this morning for the cruise ships as well. That's going to be removed. But we're still trying to test teachers and talking about you have to be fully vaccinated. And I just don't get it. How did we start off at the beginning of a situation where we barely knew anything, so relaxed and bragging about how we didn't close our ports and we didn't do this, and you know, I don't sleep at night and wake up in the day and what all but now we still not even allowing. I don't. It's something isn't adding up to me. And like you mentioned, the CMO's decision. I've been asking where
you must invite her on. You must invite her on.
The last time she was on here,
you must invite her on and ask her those questions. Because
try again, but I don't.
Because Daniel, you are making, and you know, as a radio person, you have to remember not to forget. And clearly, here you are, remembering not to forget. We bragged at her as to how cavalier we were. Our prime minister used to say, "Don't come to me with no mask, you know. Don't come to me with no gloves." Right. And after being so cavalier, so lax, I remember writing a column asking, would the prime minister tell us what he knows that the rest of the region seem not to know? Because I had not known then, and I was prepared, you know, follow closely. But as you correctly said, the whole world now knows. And the whole world has given up and said, yes, COVID is there, but we have to learn to live with COVID. They are telling us to drive the fear factor. You hear it still in some countries by some officials that, oh, this variant is more transmissible. But the thing about the problem is not transmissibility. In fact, I have seen one virologist, Gert van den Bosch, the Dutch virologist, argue that the high transmissibility of COVID may well take us to the threshold, the herd immunity that we were talking about, because you have high transmissibility, but it is not the morbidity is not there, so it's not killing people, it's not making them really sick. In fact, as we discussed earlier this week, what they're calling the flu now, many people have admitted that the flu is much more devastating to their bodies.
It's terrible.
COVID.
It really is.
So it is just incomprehensible to me that this government would keep the mandate. And I'll tell you this, there's one reason why they're doing it.
What was the reason? Because I'm not. Is it an ego?
They have a case in the court going, and they don't want to drop the mandates before the case ends.
But why is that? Will that affect the case?
Well, I don't think it would. But I mean, the minds of men are deceitful. I mean, I don't understand it.
Yeah, but you
understand why they would want to drive this.
You have people in limbo in the meantime.
But Daniel, let me tell you, sometimes, you know, power is a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous law. I remember the Brazilian educator Paulo Freire once saying, if you assume power and you're not awestruck by the power you assume, you are doomed to exploit it, to take advantage of it. And we see it time and time again, not only here in our country, but across the world. You have to know that, look, you have people's lives in your hands, and it's an awesome responsibility, but don't exploit it. Don't do things that are going to bring people's lives into disrepair. It's sad because this is the prime minister who just wrote a new book on respect. I mean, it's so contradictory and silly that this is just an academic charlatan that don't really pay attention to what he's writing and what he's saying.
Councillor, good morning again.
Morning, sir.
I found it interesting that you raised that issue, the pertaining to the question that the Dutch politician would have asked. And Daniel, I don't know if you really pay attention to that part that he was saying that the Dutch politician would have asked one of the heading at Pfizer. And Councillor, what happened yesterday? I was directed to the link on YouTube, and I'm telling you, I watched some of the video. I went out. I was trying to download that video, and then when I got back into YouTube, I realized that they took down the video with the politician asking the question and the response. And I just found it really, really interesting that you brought it up, and the response that I saw yesterday from YouTube, I found it was an eye-opening video, right? Because what this person is saying, and I'm just gonna repeat some of what Councillor was saying, but from this article, it says that during a hearing today on the European Union COVID-19 response, Pfizer President of International Developed Market, Janine Small, admitted that its vaccine had never been tested before it was released to the general public on its ability to prevent the transmission of COVID when asked by Dutch politician and a current member of the European Parliament, Rob Ross. And if as you were saying that that we were told, well, I'm not saying that you were saying that, but we were, as you said, we were told that this vaccine could have prevented the transmission of.
My friend, that was the basis of the mandate.
Yes.
That look, we don't want you in the schools, we don't want you in the clinics and the hospitals, because you would infect other people. But even then, when we were doing it, we knew that was a fallacy, because at the time when all of the unvaccinated persons were removed at the schools, this school had to close, this ministry or some wing of a ministry had to close, some department had to close, because where there were people only by vaccinated people, the vaccinated were going down with COVID, which showed that the policy, whether you were vaccinated or not, it did not mean that you could not transmit. In fact, there's peer-reviewed research which shows that the vaccinated person has 251 times the amount of COVID virus in the nostrils than the unvaccinated person. All of that is out there. All of that information, once you spend the time and you read it and you look for it, it's out there. Although I must admit to you, there's a reason why that video was taken down. The New York Times didn't carry this article. The Boston Globe didn't carry it. None of the major media carried it. NBC or CBS or ABC in America, the ones that we look at each night when we go home. And this is why I have just abandoned looking at TV, because it's such a trash foolishness. That they don't carry important information because they want to continue to lie that this thing is good for us.
And then, Councillor, I just want to get out this question, because so many persons took this Pfizer vaccine under the pretext that it could have prevented the transmission of this virus. Who do you think should bear some of the at least the blunt of the responsibility for this? What do you think? As you said, well, I know you're proposing, the public servants getting back their job, but do you see anywhere that persons could challenge this now that this information
Well, the challenge has already been launched by the teachers union, the public service union, and the police welfare association. They are trying to protect their workers, not only those who did not take the vaccine, but they're protecting persons, even persons who took the vaccine, because there's going to be another go around on some other point. Pfizer ought to give back all the money they made because they made it on a lie. They ought to give it back. And I have said before, and I say it again, these politicians in St. Vincent need to pay a heavy political price. And I'm telling you, on this one, they should pay. Because people like Ralph Gonzalez, that man is a ferocious reader. He reads, he look at everything, and he must have known that this thing is sticky. And particularly as Daniel said, where his position was earlier, how does he come back now to turn 180 degrees and is the complete opposite of what he was in 2020? How does that happen? And the clear information is, for the whole year of 2020, the pandemic was declared in 2020, and we had 12 deaths. And then the vaccine rolled out, and we had like 104. How does that? What does that say to us? And that is even when they did this silly talk to say 14 days after you're vaccinated, you are not vaccinated. And you know why? Because it is now clear that the adverse events tend to occur at the point when you're like between 1 and 14 days. So, for example, someone takes the vaccine, they get an adverse event, and they are declared unvaccinated because they haven't been vaccinated for 15 days. Those are the kind of foolish things that has happened, and people have accepted it without questioning it. It's just not right.
I don't know if you also saw the Surgeon General in Florida's warning.
Yes, I saw that as well. But I posted it on a chat site that I am in, and he was trashed because, he's the Surgeon General in a state that is run by a Republican. It makes no sense.
To do with it.
What COVID has demonstrated to me clearly, and I'm not arguing here that Republicans may not be opportunistically using this question, but what this has shown to me is that on certain fundamental existential questions, particularly on the question of liberty, on the question of freedom of movement, of choice, the conservative reactionary Republicans tend to have better positions than the so-called liberal Democrats. That is clear.
All right, Kong, so let's take a voicemail because we haven't really gotten any of the public.
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning, Simmons on the Grandins. I read an article on Eyewitness News a few days ago, and this article nearly made me cry. Just talking about it, you could hear my voice. The article was captioned, "Dear creditors, do not call me, call PM, CMO." This lady who ended her article by signing V. It was a very compassionate plea to someone who called themselves Issachar. If we know what the Bible says, who is Issachar? Issachar is a man of understanding, the one who knows the times and know what his people require. Issachar was one of the 12 sons of Jacob, one of the tribe. He was a person that his father characterized as one who understands, one who bent over, one who crunched between two asses, one who understands, one who is compassionate. But the one who called himself Issachar, he is no Issachar. He is but Simeon and Levi, in whom they are instruments of cruelty, and in their habitations are wickedness. if you look at Genesis chapter 49, verse 14, it tells us who was Issachar. Whereas chapter 49, verse 5 tells us the character of Simeon and Levi.
So what is the point you're trying to make, sir? I'm trying to get an appreciation for the point you're trying to make.
It was a voice note, but we have a caller. Good morning, you're live.
Hey, good morning, Daniel.
Good morning.
Daniel, I think you misread what the government said. All protocol was lifted at the airport. And secondly, the other thing you make again, teachers could come back to their job without having to take the vaccine. The Prime Minister has begged the teachers to come back. So you don't have to take no vaccine for come back to get back a job. So there's a slight correction here, because you was given the impression...
Excuse me. Excuse me.
You
What
were
I'm
given the
speaking
impression...
about is the fact that they still have to be tested. Do they or do they not have to be
No,
tested
they
if they're unvaccinated?
They lift up. They asked the
That's
teachers
what
to
I'm
come back and
speaking
reapply.
about.
Yeah, the Prime Minister asked the teachers to reapply for the job without having to take the vaccine.
But do they have to take testing? Do they have to be
No,
tested
no,
regularly?
no.
Come on, sir. That is not true. They have to be tested. In fact,
come back. You apply for your job.
But they have to be tested on a regular basis.
And do the PCR?
So they have to be. Look, were you listening? Hold on. Were you listening to the Prime?
It seems like you're the one that only listens to what you want to hear.
Look, I mean, I don't understand why these people call in and just talk nonsense. As recently as October 6th,
What he wants to hear.
as recently as October 6th, the Prime Minister said that the CMO advised that as it relates to teachers and to healthcare workers, the mandates must continue. So why is he calling in talking foolishness? What are the mandates? That you have to be vaccinated and you have to be tested.
Councillor, we have a caller.
Yeah, good morning, Eli.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is such an interesting discussion this morning. Councillor, thank you. No, you know, people like that last caller really do make me laugh. What is the issue here? The issue is the fact that we have erroneously gone in and issued a mandate at a time, Daniel, earlier, at a time when the world was going in the opposite direction.
Exactly.
And I don't know, for the likes of me, why would somebody come on and say teachers must reapply? They should not have been home in the first place.
Exactly.
All the government has to do is tell them to come back with all of the benefits intact. But you can't come and tell me the amount of uncertainty that those people are going through right now. If I reapply for my job, what will be my status as I go? Am I going to have to restart my career? I mean, there's so many questions that are left unanswered. I really don't know why people just try to defend these things. But you know why? The reason is because perhaps they are not the ones suffering or nobody close to them. It might have been a different story. All right?
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Yes, you.
Hello?
Start a break. You were gonna say something before we interrupted, or you had already got your word out?
No, I think I completed the thought.
Yes.
All right, we'll take one more caller.
All right.
Good morning, Alive.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
A question for Councillor, Mr. Councillor. As an employer, I have a good relationship with my employees, right? And the question came up with the NIS. Now, the government still require NIS to take out our salary, or my employee salary. However, and what's going on right now in the country where people, we're not too sure with the NIS. Let us be positive and real. You retire, you weren't too sure if you're getting an NIS. And I don't want to have a bad relationship with my employer. Never have had them kind of relationship. And they don't want their money to be taken out. And if they put me in a position where you have to choose. Now I have good employees, you understand? But based on the fact, I reasonably understand it. If this problem with NIS not going to be fixed, it's all right and think that the government should not be taking
Which problem are you talking about, sir? The one where you end up retiring and then you have to wait to get your money.
Yeah, like 3 years or whatever the case is.
3 years after. Yeah, that's a real issue. I actually think that's unconstitutional. I don't understand how the government can. I know in the United States, for example, or in many other countries, you retire and you start getting money. You make your representation, you verify that you're retired, and you start getting your money immediately. I don't understand. And in fact, I know in the United States, when you retire, for example, some people are encouraged to leave their money, just like to keep it in escrow. And some people are taking it at age 70 and so on. But they're getting interest on that money if they leave it there. In St. Vincent, the converse is true. They tell you you must retire, then you are going to get 3 or 4 years after you retire. But if you are down and out and you want to collect a lump sum, they're telling you for every year you have to lose 6% of your retirement benefits. That can't be right. That can't be legal. I mean, that's the statutory law. Well, that's the law in St. Vincent, and the people who are the board of directors at NIS are making these changes. And I'm not saying that this is not a real problem, people. This is a real problem, because now people are living much longer, and you're retiring at 60 and you're living to 85. So you're getting another 25 years of income. And if you were working with the government and you were pensionable, when you combine the NIS pension and the government pension which you are entitled to, you are getting, I have seen numbers that says you're going to get about more than 100%. You're going to make more money in retirement than you were making while you were working. But that's what the law is. So I think the government is trying to do a whole host of things. And this has been a problem you saw in Grenada. It was a problem. There was a recent case in Grenada, for example, where the governments had tried to change that. And the court says you cannot pay an employee less, whatever pension plan you organize, that pension plan cannot be anything less than he was entitled to based on the Constitution. The Constitution, I think it's Section 86 of our Constitution, speaks to the issue of pensions and so on and so forth. So where we have NIS and we have government pensions for those persons who are working with the government, it creates a fiscal problem, it creates a public policy problem, but it is a question of law that I don't see how they're going to easily get around.
All right, Carla, I'm sorry we have to wrap up here. We have a promotional interview. Council, I want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. Very interesting discussion. All right.
No problem at all, Daniel. Until we meet again. It's Thursday, Daniel. We're gone for another weekend.
Amen. Hallelujah.
The world is spinning faster. Don't doubt me.
But we had this conversation already. Go ahead.
Yes, indeed. Goodbye. Take care.
All right, we're going to jump out, take a commercial break. When we come back, Courts is going to be calling us and letting us know all the good stuff that's going down at Courts. Keep it locked on.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance? Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
The journey begins the same for all of us. There are no easy ways to achieve our dreams. The road is paved with determination and hard work, fueled by the love of what we do and the ones we do it for. At the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank, we share your vision to succeed. It runs generations deep. That's why we continue to take this journey with you. It's probably not what you expected from a bank, but we're not just any bank. We're the People's Bank.
St. Vincent Cooperative Bank.
Your penny bank, and so much more. For more information, call us at 456-1894 or visit our website today at www.svcooperative.bank.com.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on,
compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service.
Big People Events presents October Raga Soca Fest on Saturday the 22nd of October. Going down at Woodsy, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Showtime, 9 p.m. with live performance by Adrian Bailey and the Magma Band featuring Scorpion. Music by DJ Easy Sounds. So get your early bird tickets at $35. Regular tickets at $40. Get your tickets at Woodsy Bar. Call 718-552-2687. Standard shippers 718-469-8377. Adrian Bailey at 917-853-8441. Or Shani at 718-427-0385. So come celebrate with us. October Raga Soca Fest. Saturday 22nd October. Happy 43rd Independence SVG. Part sponsored by Standard Shippers.
Covered, not that the place covered. Do what you want. Watch all you want.
Stock up for the season with a Ready Cash small business loan. You could win up to $2,500 cash back when you take a loan of $8,000 or more. Quick application process, special rate for women entrepreneurs, flexible term payments for secured and unsecured loans, plus business support to help your business grow. Visit us in store or online at www.readyfinance.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, set it up on the line. Easy wins with love.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, set it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
No terms and conditions apply.
Is Credit Repair Month at GECU. We are improving access to credit for all members with great loan offers this September. We're easing loan requirements and offering different bundles to get you back on track. Manage these difficult times with loan bundles to fit your needs. Seamless access to loans.
Family fun days are here. Now is the time for movie marathons, tasty treats, and outdoor fun. At Courts, we have the TVs, appliances, grills, pools, and more to make your home the place to be. Get it all today with no cash when you shop with Courts Ready Finance. Family fun days are on now. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends July 23rd. Conditions apply.
Today online at www.quartzoptical.com. For your eyes only. Trade in your old glasses and save up to 35% off your lenses only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Special conditions apply.
We giving you the best throwback.
I love it.
On 106.9.
As we said before we jumped out for the break, we've got Quartz on the line. Let's say good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Joe. Morning.
Hi, morning.
So,
how's everybody?
We would be better if you send us like some coffee, some Red Bull, some Gatorade, some stuff from Quartz, some sunglasses.
Well, you know, we sell sunglasses and things, but we don't sell Gatorade and coffee.
Well, I was trying to, squeeze that in. I was pressing my luck.
All right.
So what stuff do you got to tell us about? You're calling from Quartz Optical to be specific.
Yes, I am. Just want to inform everybody of St. Vincent. First off, let me say good morning to everybody listening. All of St. Vincent persons listening via the internet. Today, I'm here to talk about your eyesight and the great deals that's going on at Quartz. optical right now. So today, if persons aren't aware, today is World Sight Day.
Ooh.
Yes.
I did not. I learned something today. Thank you.
Yes, so every Thursday, every second Thursday in October, that is World Sight Day, and the theme for this year is Love Your Eyes. So with that being said, we know that our eyesight is very, very much important. I would have asked someone in the past, what do you see with? And they said that we see with our eyes, but really and truly, we see with our brain. Now, with this, we have a great promotion running. So I'm just going to read something about World Sight Day. It's an opportunity to raise awareness about the retinal diseases, as well as acknowledging and supporting the millions of people nationwide living with preventable vision loss. Now, millions of people around the world do not have access to basic healthcare facilities, while most of the causes of blindness are preventable. Most cases end up visually impaired because they do not have the proper treatment.
Right.
And today's a day to raise awareness about getting regular eye checkups as a means to care for your eyes. And the gift of sight is often taken for granted. Because, there are persons without their eyesight. And, it's hard to get around if you can't see. My grandmother used to say, the eyes are the market to the soul.
That's
That's
true.
what my grandmother used to tell me. So with that being said, today, well, for the month of October, it has started on the 1st of October and it went straight to the end of October. We have two promotions running at present. Our primary promotion is once you shop on credit, you get your glasses full dispensing, it's 35% off your total.
35% off, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
35. And if you shop on cash, you get 25% off.
So you're getting a deal either way.
Either way, you're getting a deal. Not only that, we are having our trading promotion at present. It is also running alongside our 25 and 35% off. Now, the good thing about this is once you trade in, you trade up and you save up to 35% as well off your lenses. So let's say you have a frame at home and you want to use that frame, you can bring the frame and you get 35% off your lens.
What if it real beat up and old and like what?
Bring it there. The idea is for you to just, and the thing is, if it cannot work, because there are times are hard and persons do cash in on their frames these days. We have frames as low as $199 in stock, and they look real good.
I believe you. You're a good judge of those things, and we can still get our eyes examined for free.
Absolutely free. Absolutely free. You can book that appointment online at www.footoptical.com, or you can call 456-1325 to book the appointment, or you can walk into our store in Kingston and book that appointment as well.
Okay, so you can walk in and book the appointment, but you can't walk in and get the examination. Then you have to have an appointment.
Well, we do take walk-ins at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Anything outside of those times, you have to book an appointment in our office.
Okay. The percentage off, is it on all frames or selected frames?
All frames.
All frames. Can you give us an idea of some of the brands that you have?
Yes, we do. We do have Perry Ellis, we have Nike, Ray-Ban, we have Steeler, Champion, we have Luxia, which is more on the economical side, because we know they're fancy, some nice big frames, Catai and stuff that person really like now. We have Razzie, some of the brands that we have, Carolina Herrera, we have Fendi, just to name a few.
Do you guys also have the blue block?
Yes, we do. We have the blue block for the lenses, which will protect your eyes against the blue light of the computer and the television.
Yeah, man.
Right. And we also have anti-reflective, which protect our eyes against these dangerous LEDs that are now being used on people, especially in the night.
So I come in for that specifically. I need it.
Oh yes. So once you come, you get your eyes tested. That will give you your prescription. We add the coating to it. Bam, you get your glasses. It looks super, looking trendy as ever. So
we love that. Tell us the percentages off one more time, please.
So the percentage is 25% off if you shop on cash for dispenser and glasses and frame and lens, and 35 on cash, 25 on 35 on credit, 25 on cash. So today, I remember in October, in the summer, we would have spoken about the Brighter View initiative that we would have rolled out. Not sure if you guys would have remembered that. So today, we are going to have a handing over ceremony at the Post Optical store for the recipients of these glasses. We will be handing over 100 glasses throughout the OECS to underprivileged children, students, I should say, between the ages of 7 and 19 years old.
Wow, that is
So that will take
nice.
place today at 1 o'clock at our optical department in Kingston.
And we appreciate you coming and letting us know that today is it World Sight Day?
World Sight Day with the team Love Your Eyes.
World Sight Day. You were gonna say something?
You guys still do free eye testing?
Yes, we do.
You wasn't listening. You wasn't paying attention. You was one of them who wasn't paying attention in class when you been in school.
Yes.
Unless it's food now. Unless it's food in listening.
Yes, Freddie, you could come around and get your eyes tested. And you finish at 10 o'clock, so you could come around. You don't have an excuse or where you don't have time. Come around and get your eyes tested. And I see a fancy frame up there. I think it will fit you. I'll take it down for you.
Hey.
I'm with the contact.
Yes,
you
can get a contact lens as well, but you'd have to come in to have a fitting done. We'll give you a trial for 2 weeks. If it works good with you, you can get them.
So you would help people to understand how the whole process works of putting in, because from what I've seen, that looks very technical.
Yes, it is, but it's actually easy. Once your hands are clean, you sanitize, you'll be able to manage it. Don't sleep in them, and you moisturize your eyes during the day with the solution, because your eyes need oxygen as well.
Don't sleep in them.
Mm-hmm. All right, Joe, we want to say thank you so, Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Why you acting brand new?
Shady probably wanna pass.
Joe, Shady making trouble with you today. I don't bother with him.
I'm checking.
Joe?
Yes.
You knew that, right?
No, I wasn't.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were playing around.
You didn't know?
You didn't pay attention in class.
Different on the phone.
All right, Joe, thank you so very much. We wish you a great day, and
Yes,
all
thank
the
you
best
so
with
much.
the handing over.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, guys, have a good day.
You as well. And we gotta say big up to Courts on that. That's a great initiative. And also we are looking forward to have Courts join us tomorrow. I'm telling you, man, 101 reasons to shop at Courts. Now, when you call in tomorrow, you can win some great things. I'm telling you, you want to make sure you have your phone in hand so that you can call in tomorrow to be a winner. Courts will be joining us live in studio, and they're going to also be telling us about their payment protection plan, Courts Ready Cash Loans, and so much more. That is tomorrow, right here on OMG in the morning. All right, we're going to jump out, take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got our segment with Mr. Weeks that's coming up next.
You've got 101 reasons to shop Courts now. Enjoy hot deals and free gifts with the purchase of furniture, appliances, electronics, and more. Save $1,400 on a Sony 55-inch 4K.
Big People Events presents October Ragasoka Fest on Saturday the 22nd of October. Going down at Woodsy, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Showtime, 9 p.m. with live performance by Adrian Bailey and the Magma Band featuring Scorpion.
She left the road. Big road.
Music by DJ Easy Sounds. So get your early bird tickets at $35. Regular tickets at $40. Get your tickets at Woodsy Bar. Call 718-552-2687. Standard Shippers 718-469-8377. Adrian Bailey at 917-853-8441. Or Shani at 718-427-0385. So come celebrate with us. October Ragasoka Fest. Saturday 22nd October. Happy 43rd Independence SVG. Part sponsored by Standard Shippers. personal care, hair
Family
care.
fun days are here. Now is the time for movie marathons, tasty treats, and outdoor fun. At Courts, we have the TVs, appliances, grills, pools, and more to make your home the place to be. Get it all today with no cash when you shop with Courts Ready Finance. Family fun days are on now. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends July 23rd. Conditions apply.
With live performance by Adrian Bailey and the Magma Band featuring Scorpion.
She left the road, the road, the road, big road.
Music by DJ Easy Sound. So get your early bird tickets at $35. Regular tickets at $40. Get your tickets at Woodsy Bar. Call 718-552-2687. Standard Shippers 718-469-8377. Adrian Bailey at 917-853-8441. Oceanic at 718-427-0385. So come celebrate with us. October Reggae Soca Fest. Saturday, 22nd October. Happy 43rd Independence SVG. Part sponsored by Standard Shippers.
Higher education is a must for your future. UE Open Campus is in touch. No more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand. From undergraduate to PhD. Fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree. At Open Campus, come in and see us. At UE Open Campus, your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the line. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash. Data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the love. Easy wins with love.
No terms and conditions apply.
Five has got to be bum. In love with a big size girl, but when you check it out, she's extra young. Girl, won't you go dumb? Go on to your nana.
It's Throwback Thursday.
Your nana, you're too young to be my lover. If you're to be my lover, yes, you must be 18 and over. I sing. Woman, no pretty body, you no respond. What him looking at is a life sentence. So, woman, you fat body, you no cater. You big in a body, but young like hour. I check you out, me see you on the corner. You want my girl in your skirts, man, you're veranda. Yes, I take it like flip brand like our. Woman, when you get it from your possess the charmer. Would you but you're not fit? But the one follow the girl young in a age, and that's a serious matter. These man every time I go meet the most crime. No pay them no mind. Why? It's not the time to think about man, but the time to think about education. Y'all pick me, you better set up a plan for your future. Girl, won't you go home to your nana, go home to your nana, you're too young to be my lover, too young to be my lover.
It's Throwback Thursdays.
95% black and 5% white in jails. 95% black and 5% white in jails. No youth painter wanted to change your intention. Whoa, whoa, and try to set up a production. No open your eyes to reality. Whoa, whoa, and try to remember the days of slavery. 95% black and 5% white in jails. 95% black and 5% white.
Dedicated to all foreigner, all y'all the old beginner this. Dedicated to our scout who want to fly out a candle at a rose. Okay? Anything me say, gonna say, I feel fly out. Anything me say, gonna say, I feel fly out. Anything me say, gonna say, I feel fly out. Anything me say, gonna say, I feel fly out. On a British Airways, we I feel fly out. On a Jamaica, we I feel fly out. On a Eastern Airline, we I feel fly out. On the New Concorde, we I feel fly out. Up on a Cayman Airline, we I feel fly out. Come on, Jamaica, Kingston, Outer Southern, be a me Virgin with a sit coast out. Remember that the lizard for it up it about. Yes, I got the lizard when the DJs go. I feel fly out, we I feel fly out. Come on. I feel fly out, we have to fly out. Jamming on me house around 11:30. Me and me girl know what them call Rosemary. Telegram coming, man, it coming for me. No, find my sister and me auntie. Now them want that the lizard in a foreign city. Pack up for me clothes, man, immediately. Jump in a car, me say that a taxi. Which part me reach out and a man play. Now they play it, they for cross the Caribbean Sea. Now everybody man they got to sing for me. Them say, foreign can't miss me, it can't miss me. Foreign can't miss me, it can't miss me. Foreign can't miss me, it can't miss me. England,
you believe you were tough. You believe you were tough, but you know rough like me. You know rough like me. Cause anytime me come, dangerous. And anytime me come, cantangerous. Me nicer than the coffee, we in a thermos. Yet cold the melody, me don't anxious. No way.
Listen.
But boy, you walk out the place and I screw up the face and them not safe. Oh no.
Listen.
Big body girl. Big body girl, like how they sing big body girl. Them want to know like this here. Big body girl. Big body girl, like how they sing big body girl. Girl.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
Throwback Thursday.
Remember it was up on the sycamore tree. A boy want me bow, want me tell him to flee. I tell you it was under the sycamore tree. The sun stopped shining from the
Dream is a mention. Ask yourself this question. Wanna say uno a done man, and I wanna run the program. So have you ever stopped to think what make a girl cheat? Have you ever asked her if she like how you do it? You need to check yourself before you start kiss your teeth. You're not ready for this yet, boy.
Me want to call for Jacqueline, but me have to drop for my robots. Sex nice, but the hate sing. We make you die like flowers, die out like flowers. Me want to call for Jacqueline, but me have to drop for my robots. Sex nice, but the hate sing. We make you die like flowers, die out like flowers.
Hunting, happy find something. Want to pick a cherry, still me woulda cut a pumpkin. But woulda marry if me coulda get a virgin, yes. Hunting. Let's keep on with the punishment. They get them a regret so that they can't change. Be careful. She pretty and she fit out with the latest. She's dangerous. Got them a bashman girl. Big bumper from them girl they on the ground dangerous. Got them a bashman girl. Fresh like a rose in a what girl clothes dangerous. Got them a bashman girl. Me and me crew would have feel too dangerous. Got them a bashman girl.
Go so nastiness. Go down sewage. Go street. One
Strange things are happening. Strange things are happening. Strange.
Me on a fuck, me on a walk, me on a car. Man on a hawk, man on a talk, man on a star. Me on a house, me on a land, me on a car. Me love me God and me not stay far. Me not go run, me not go hide, me not go play. Me not go keep, me not go turn no refugee. Me not go afraid of you, cause you not afraid of me. But me will take on your whole family, boy. You take me simple, but not take man for school. You want to ride, go get a donkey or a mule. You want to war, you know
own at all. Man of this, a man of that, boy, you a fool. I am me born, I am me live and me a stay. And from me little bit, I saw me the pray. I mean, no sin, no boy, to make me run away. Don't me no punk boy, I'm a no get us. Me on a fuck, me on a mock, me on a star. Man on a hack, man on a tag, man on a star. Me on a house, me on a land, me on a car. Me love me God, so me not stay far. If you think I saw where yes, I know we there. I am we born, now we not run away. We ready to race a man, no make out to play. Machine, yeah, we not live.
It's Throwback Thursday. And you can stay connected with a new Flow Broadband 250 package and enjoy fiber fast internet connectivity at home and pay only $60 for the rest of the year. Broadband 250 package is available island-wide. To subscribe today, check them out in store or contact them on WhatsApp. You can send a message to the Flow Virtual at 494-5464. Terms and conditions do apply. Flow is keeping you connected. And if you're locked on from Brooklyn, New York, or the U.S., you want to check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant on Clarkson Avenue. That is 1133 Clarkson Avenue. You can get your appetizers like pulled chicken sliders, your mozzarella sticks. You can check out guacamole. You can you can also grab your snapper as well as I'm trying to remember what Winston said, cassava fries and so much more. So check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant 1133 Clarkson Avenue today. And we have got to make way right now for Mr. Weeks. He's coming in right about now.
Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
All right, good morning to you, Mr. Weeks.
Greetings, Daniel.
Mr. Weeks, before you go any further, I apologize for Monday. We didn't run our regular program because we had some technical difficulties. All right, I just wanted to apologize.
That's fine, Daniel. I assume that your listeners would understand and appreciate that. I will send greetings to you, Daniel, to Shady Fernando, and all of your listeners.
Good morning, Mr. Weeks.
All right, Mr. Weeks, well, it's your time. And since we missed you on Monday, I don't want to take away from any more of your time. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Daniel. This morning, I want to go back a bit, starting with yesterday. I listened into Dr. Richard's presentation yesterday, and I support most of all that he said, especially with respect to the directive issued by the Broadcasting Commission of Jamaica with respect to the promotion of songs, music, and speech that promote illegal activities, including violence. There's a context, and Daniel, I observe that you question, how can this be? These are my words. This is what I got from what you said. How can this be with respect to these songs, these dancehall songs, when Jamaica is the home of dancehall music and we ban them? I want to correct something I think I heard Dr. Richard say yesterday when he made reference to Andrew, and we take it that he was referring to Prime Minister Andrew Holness of Jamaica, in terms of Andrew making this ruling, and want to indicate that Jamaica, the oldest independent English-speaking states in the Caribbean has a number of institutions that are geared to protecting and promoting individual rights and good governance. And from where I sit, from where I observe them, they function independently. And one of these organizations is the Broadcasting Commission of Jamaica, which is responsible for issuing license and so forth for broadcasting license. And from where I sit, I believe that they operate independently of the politicians. And the point I'm making, though, is that this directive did not come from a politician. It came from the agency that is responsible for protecting and promoting decency on air in Jamaica. I want to go on further to say that, and I often make reference to Mr. Green, who is I think his title is Executive Director of this agency. And I often make reference to his vigilance in protecting the airwaves. And when an announcer hears that Mr. Green is on the phone for him or her, that very often they panic. You see, Jamaica is in a situation where crime is out of control. There's a government there that campaigned in the election before the last that among the things that they needed to fix were the level of crime in Jamaica. And we have seen today where the government, very often you hear, from what you hear from them, you get the impression they're saying only God can fix the crime situation in Jamaica. We have seen within recent times a pastor who seemed to have been possessed by the devil, and we heard the crimes that were committed in that church. We have heard a man going to the countryside and given accommodation by a distant relative, ending up killing that relative, a young woman, and her 4 children, very savagely. We hear the shootings, the robbery, the lot of scamming that is taking place in Jamaica. And this is the context in which Mr. Green is putting in place regulations to protect decency on the airways. With respect to I think they refer to as Molly. That's a drug that we previously referred to as ecstasy. And there's a tremendous number of Jamaican school children who are using that drug. And so the Broadcasting Commission felt that they must do something about it. And I support them. The only thing, though, if you take that to our context, I can safely say that the result would not be quite the same as in if you were to impose that in St. Vincent. Because regularly in Jamaica, the songs that include this kind of lyrics and the kind of speech that promote violence and so on, it's not frequently you hear them on the airways in Jamaica. You hear them in the dance halls and stage shows and so on. But many of the songs that we hear, that we listen to on our radio stations in St. Vincent, they don't see the light of day on a radio station in Jamaica. So in effect, I'm saying that this ruling will not affect the radio stations as badly as if it was imposed. A similar ruling was imposed in St. Vincent. And mind you, the ruling is not simply about dancehall and reggae music. It is about all music and all speech. That's my take on that situation. I want to go back briefly as well to a discussion we had here previously with respect to fishing. It seems as though the controversy is finished with, but the problem is still there. I still want to ask the question that we all thought we were the pursuit that we were protecting during that controversy and that discussion and action taken at the fish marketing things down. Can the average poor family, and the two descriptive words there, the average poor family, can they afford to buy fish for $8 per pound in St. Vincent? My answer is no. And if I am correct, it means that we still have the problem. The problem has not solved, and that's the point I was making from the very beginning. And I have made this made this statement, this argument over the years, that the problem we have with the fishing industry, it costs the fishermen too much to catch the fish. And I go down to $8 per pound and I ask whether or not the average family, the poor families in St. Vincent that we want to protect, whether they can buy fish for $8 a pound. Because the vendor, at least one vendor told us, which I knew before, that's what the fishermen, they have to buy the fish from the fishermen for. So if we were to eliminate the vendor and the consumers were to go directly to the fishermen, that's what they have to pay for the fish, $8 per pound. So when $2 is added, as the vendor say, for them to make a living from, the problem still remains that we need to have the fish caught at a lower cost. And it is something that must be addressed, because if it doesn't, what would happen? Rainforest has invested millions of dollars in a facility to process fish in St. Vincent. And unlike other persons who speak here, I have no objection to it. Those who talk about the concession that they got, I just want to indicate to them that the concession that Rainforest got is available to everybody who wants to invest. Because concessions are not given simply by a politician who speaks to you and says, I'm going to give you a concession. The concessions are in the fiscal in the incentive act. I don't remember the exact name now. I had planned to get it and see if I can address some of what is provided in that act. But for many years now, we have a legislation in this country that provide for investors to get these concessions. It's not an individual simply sitting down and we're going to give you a concession for equipment. And all of these things are outlined in the act. And everybody who can prove that they're going to invest in that way will get the concession. But going back to the point that I was making with respect to the fishing industry, I have been saying for some time now that if we are not careful, we will see fishermen coming from Central America to fish in our waters to provide fish for Rainforest. Because the folks, they have made the investment, and I don't know that they can buy fish for $8 per pound to export. And therefore, they will be able to make a case for them to get the fish at a reasonable price. And if I am saying that the fishing industry is one that presents a lot of promise for economic development in St. Vincent. But it can only do so, we can only benefit from it if we do it right. The Japanese tried to help us some time ago, a long time ago. They gave us a fish market in Tokyo. I think that they're the ones who gave us the one in Oya. And several of the other fish markets around St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The most recent one they were attempting to give us, I don't know where we are with that, is the one in Barley to deal with the processing of blackfish. But we have not learned from the Japanese and how they do their fishing. So we get these facilities, but we continue to carry the industry in the same way that we did centuries ago. A man with a little boat, with 4 of them, go out early in the morning, spend a few hours in dangerous conditions, spending a lot of money on fuel. One of these boats have to be able to sell $500 worth of fish before they can even pay the workers in terms of the fuel and maintenance of the boat. Even before they can pay the 4 men who go out on the ship, they have to spend about $500. They have to make it before they can not even break even. And that is what we need to correct. So when I spoke about the fishing industry, I am not defending government. The government can defend itself. I am speaking on the basis of an agricultural input warehouse company owned by the government with a credible Morris Edwards as the chairman of that company. And I never believe that Morris Edwards would approve rates that are exploitative to the poor people in this country. So what I presented then, I believe in it, and it stands today, that what needs to be corrected is the very base on which the industry operates, the cost of catching the fish and bringing them to shore so that we can buy them. That's my contribution.
All right, Mr. Weeks, I want to take a quick commercial break and do a station ID and come right back. For the all right, so we are coming right back. Let's just jump out into this and we will continue interacting with Mr. Weeks after this.
Tired of waiting at bus stops? Then let the SVG Teachers walk.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company. Insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrosint@fintisurf.com.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families.
Big People Events presents October Raga Soca Fest on Saturday the 22nd of October. Going down at Woodsy, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Showtime, 9 p.m. with live performance by Adrian Bailey and the Magma Band featuring Scorpion. Music by DJ Easy Sounds. So get your early bird tickets at $35. Regular tickets at $40. Get your tickets at Woodsy Bar. Call 718-552-2687. Standard shippers 718-469-8377. Adrian Bailey at 917-853-8441. Or Shani at 718-427-0385. So come celebrate with us. October Raga Soca Fest. Saturday 22nd October. Happy 43rd Independence SVG. Part sponsored by Standard Shippers.
It's probably not what you expected from a bank, but we're not just any bank. We're the People's Bank, your penny bank, and so much more. For more information, call us at 456-1894 or visit our website today at www.svcooperativebank.com.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus for supreme care and more.
Friendly, knowledgeable staff, always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why no one.
When you top it up, switch it up, set it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash. Data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, set it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
Extravaganza sale. This offer ends December 31st, 2022. Korea's Hazels. Terms and conditions apply.
Throwback Thursday.
And we still got Mr. Weeks on the line. Mr. Weeks, just to go back to the first thing that you raised, which was about something Dr. Richards and I was speaking about yesterday, the Broadcast Commission in Jamaica. Who is charged with the responsibilities of that type here in St. Vincent?
The NTRC.
Right, but I feel like Doc was, when I told him I thought that those persons were responsible, he kind of gave the impression that maybe they're not in charge of like every, like I'm just trying to get clarity on exactly what they're supposed to do when it comes to regulating what's allowed on the airwaves.
I understand the whole thing well, Daniel, and I will try to help you here. What Dr. Richards said is true in a sense, but is a position that I don't agree with totally. What Dr. Richards said yesterday is what comes out of the NTRC. I must say to you that I once served as a permanent secretary that had a responsibility for telecommunications. The NTRC is an independent body who has responsibility for issuing broadcast license, among other things. But for these, before these licenses are issued, the cabinet must give approval for them to be issued. So you want to set up a radio station, you apply to the NTRC to get your license. But the NTRC has to send that to the government, to the cabinet, to get the approval. So what the NTRC does, it prepares the case why the license can be granted. So that case is sent to the permanent secretary, who prepares what is referred to as a cabinet memo that goes to the cabinet through the minister responsible for telecommunications. And cabinet consider that and can approve, disapprove, and sometimes defer the matter. The NTRC claim that in law that they do not have the authority to do anything about the content, because when the law was written, the law did not give them that authority. That is true. That is entirely true. But that doesn't say that they can't do anything. Because if you have authority to issue the license, that doesn't prevent that. Because you have the authority to issue the license, I think you're in the best position to go to the broadcaster and say, look, your content is not worth broadcasting. It's not in good taste. So while the NTRC in its current state may not be able to close down a radio station based simply on content, I don't agree that they can't do anything about it. I believe if the director of the NTRC is to call the manager or the chairman of this radio station and say, you see that program, what has been broadcasted on that program is not fitting for Airplane St. Vincent. I believe it will be taken seriously.
Okay. And are you of the opinion that a move as such as the one that was made by the Broadcast Commission in Jamaica, in St. Vincent, will make a difference in our society?
Not immediately, because these things are long-term, Daniel. This is a process of socialization. The folks who are 15 and 16 and 20 years old, they born meet this kind of situation and have grown up on it. So it is already in them. So even if they stop hearing it, immediately they're not going to change. But I believe for the long term of our society, it will have effect in the long term.
Good. Mr. Weeks.
Yes, Fernando.
Very good day again. I heard you spoke about the fishermen, the need to catch the fish cheaper.
Yes.
Could you just enlighten me how they could do so?
They have to get better boats that with engines that are more fuel efficient. The Japanese, I believe, attempted to assist us with that many years ago when they gave us some boats that use, rather than outboard engines, use engines that are more efficient. I don't know what became of those boats, where they are, if they're still in service. But the short answer to your question among other things, the first thing that they have to do is to get boats that use engines that are more fuel efficient. There are those of us who also argue that these fishing trips have to be longer. As it stands now, generally speaking, from my observation, the fishermen go out and they spend a maximum a day. And by a day, I mean at least 12 hours, because they go out early in the morning and come back in the afternoon. That's my observation. There are those who argue that that is not sufficient, that they have to spend more time at sea. And that brings us directly back to the vessels that they use, that they have to be able to, these vessels have to provide accommodation for them to be out at sea for longer periods. It has to provide accommodation, facilities for the catch to be stored properly. So in short, the answer is in better vessels.
Also, I found it interesting that you really don't have any issue with the concession for Rainforest Seafood. Additionally, it does not appear that you have an issue with the agriculture and import increasing the cost for the vendors to operate. But I think that it seems that you have an issue with the vendors increasing the cost for their fish. I was just trying to find out whether or not you can see it from an angle that the vendors are probably struggling, and the increase in cost would make that struggle even more difficult, and also because they have to pay an increase in cost of the operation, they would have to increase the cost to the point to the amount that they're asking for. So I just want to know if you don't see how the fish could increase from that argument. The cost for a pound of fish could increase if you have any issue at all with, or your issues with the amount that they want to increase it to.
You're totally wrong, Fernando. I do not have a issue with what the vendors charge for the fish. Once upon a time when the price of fish was controlled by the state, and the state moved to make it free of that control, which I supported at the time and I still support today. I have absolutely no problem with the price that vendors sell the fish for.
Okay.
As I say, my problem is with the base cost for the fish. Because if the fishermen were able to sell the fish for $3 or $4 per pound, vendors would be able to sell the fish for a better price that more persons with low income can buy. Hopefully would have a more consumption of fish. And everybody would make a living. Everybody involved would make a decent living from the fishing industry, including the fishermen, including the vendors, as well as those who run the facilities.
Okay. Yeah. So
who run the facilities.
right. So basically, the fishermen need to do better, to be more efficient.
That's my argument.
Okay, but do you see the government? You believe the government could do more to assist them in terms of concession and so forth?
But I said, Fernando, that these concessions are available. As it stands now, fishermen get concession on their engines. When they buy their engines, they get concession on them. The government, in partnership with a financial institution, a credit union in St. Vincent, has set aside a significant sum to be invested in investors and engines. What is needed is for the players in the industry to take a second look at the way they operate. And rather than seeing fishing as a part-time, where you simply get up in the morning, well, I don't think they see it as a part-time. They see it as their employment.
Yes.
But they operate as though it's a part-time activity. Where you get up early in the morning and you go out and you catch 100 pounds of fish. You come back and you sell them for $800. But when you sell the fish for $800, $500 go towards the fuel. So you have $300 to pay the 4 men who are on the boat, as well as the owner of the boat. And that's where the problem is. And that's what we have to correct. And I said this.
It
The
also
last
means...
time I spoke on this.
Sorry, go ahead, sorry.
The last time I spoke on this, Fernando, I said I do not believe that the solution that is presented in terms of the boats that I understand are coming, because the information in the public is that 34 boats were ordered, along with a certain amount of engines. I am not convinced that this will solve the problem. Maybe it will improve the situation a bit, but I don't think that that's the solution for the problem.
And it also sounds from your reasoning that the Fisherman's Corporation, they could do a bit more as well to help out. That's a serious issue, Fernando, and it goes across most of the important sectors of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Right.
and in small countries like this. And I always go back to the Asian economies, Japan and Taiwan and so forth, where when we were going through slavery, they had a similar exploitative economic situation where you had a few persons that owned all of the land. In those days, the main crops that they produced, the main crop was rice. And they exploited, they operated what we used at one point in time called sharecropping. So you don't lease the land, you don't rent it. You simply give someone the land to work. And the owner of the land got most of it. And the improvement came when these persons who work the land formed themselves into cooperatives and introduced new technologies and made themselves independent of these exploiters. And that's what I am calling for, and that's what I hope the Fishermen Cooperative can do in St. Vincent. But the way they operate at this point in time, with a fisherman who can spend part-time, who can do his duty part-time, who do not have the training and the skill to operate a cooperative. These are the persons who operate the fishermen cooperatives in St. Vincent. And you hear all kinds of accusations taking place in these cooperatives. So to answer your question directly, yes, I believe that the cooperatives, and it's not one cooperative, there are several cooperatives, fishermen cooperatives in St. Vincent. They can do better in assisting those involved in the industry.
All right, got you. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Weeks, anything you'd like to say in closing?
I just want to wish you guys a great weekend.
Yeah.
And continue to enjoy the independence celebration activities. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Mr.
Take
Weeks.
care.
Have a good weekend as well. And that's where we wrap up our segment with Mr. Weeks. Always a pleasure to have him with us. I want to remind you that you can get some sweet deals that are available at Quartz on stoves, mattresses, chair sets, and accessories. With savings of up to 60% on selected products. Plus, visit their store for those new arrivals, including the Nintendo PS5 and the Craftsman Power Tool range. No money, no problem. Just ask about their flexible credit payment packages. Quartz is bringing value home. And again, they're going to be joining us tomorrow morning. They're coming with some great giveaways, so you got to make sure that you are ready to call into OMG in the morning so that you can be a winner. You want to win these things. So Quartz will be joining us tomorrow, and we are looking forward to some treats and goodies.
Quartz in
If they
the
could bring us
house.
something to eat, boy.
Yeah, Quartz, we got to organize one.
I tried begging it, but I didn't know if the begging would get through.
Yeah,
But
good people
they're
in
coming
Quartz,
with
man.
goodies for you so that you can call and get some great deals at Quartz. So make sure you've got your phone in hand or you're sitting by your phone
got my
so
phone
that
here.
you can, if you're eligible, bro. You're part of the team. All right, we're gonna jump out for a commercial break. Still to come, Dr. Richards when we come back.
Yeah.
September is credit.
Big People Events presents October Raga Soca Fest on Saturday the 22nd of October. Going down at Woodsy, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Showtime, 9 p.m. with live performance by Adrian Bailey and the Magma Band featuring Scorpion. Music by DJ Easy Sounds. So get your early bird tickets at $35. Regular tickets at $40. Get your tickets at Woodsy Bar. Call 718-552-2687. Standard shippers 718-469-8377. Adrian Bailey at 917-853-8441. Or Shanique at 718-427-0385. So come celebrate with us. October Raga Soca Fest. Saturday 22nd October. Happy 43rd Independence SVG. Part sponsored by Standard Shippers.
And families, see, suspects, say, in the schools and communities, children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities, that's what you should do. You see the signs, do what's right, put a stop to child abuse. See, suspects, say, among friends and families, a message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization in collaboration with UNICEF.
Higher education is a must for your future. UE Open Campus is in touch, no more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand, from undergraduate to PhD. Fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree at Open Campus. Come in and see us at UE Open Campus. Your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus for Supreme Care and more.
Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Bundle, yeah. Bundle, floor. Bundle, save.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Look at the place covered. Look at the place covered. Do what you want. Watch all you want.
At Cashways, we buy, sell, and trade almost anything of value. Get cash for gold same day. The highest prices on jewelry, gold, silver, and diamonds are available at Cashways. Bring in items in good working condition and cash out instantly. We buy, sell, and trade from gold watches, cars, and more. Need cash for goods instantly? Visit Cashways today at Corner Shop Street and Long Lane, Kingstown. For more information, call 451-7777 or visit cashwiz.com. Cashways, we buy, trade, or sell almost anything of value.
You've got 101 reasons to shop Quartz now. Enjoy hot deals and free gifts with the purchase of furniture, appliances, electronics, and more. Save $1,400 on a Sony 55-inch 4K Google Smart TV. Get a free 3-piece coffee table set with the purchase of select lounge sets and get up to 50% off on accessories and homeware. Purchase any Ashley furniture and enjoy 25% off. Need more reasons to shop? No cash, no problem. Shop today and pay nothing for 90 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Shop in-store or online at shopquartz.com. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases. So you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
We giving you the best throwback.
I love it.
On 106.9.
She want me to give she some. Well, I pour she a drink inside she glass. When she drink it, she started to talk. She tell me, throw the water in there, throw the water in there. Hot, 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 hot. She tell me, throw the water in there, throw the water in there. Hot, 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 hot. I don't really understand what you're saying, but I do what I want. Do what I really want. You know that me want me to go do go. You know that me love me to go do go. Hey, you know that me want me to go do go. You know me, I'm a dreaming. Sure, I'm a do go in our my dancing journey. Man, I fell in love with this double beauty. She took me down Caroni to meet her family, to meet up OG and also her DD. But when she introduced me to her nanny, Nanny greet me with simmy. She say, hey, no Vincy, hope you're rich and wealthy, cause you can't get my do-go for free. Yeah, she tell me, no money, no do-go. Back on the day, no money, no do-go. Hey, no money, no do-go. No money, no do-go. Yeah, me tell she, you know I love me do-go. Hey, and I must get me do-go. Hey, you know I love me do-go bad. We don't do-go, I go bad. Why you get past it? This is century we be able to say. Everybody flexing with the pass. Passy any front, passy any back. The city full out, they don't want to stop when we dance and play. What I hear we say, put your hands in the air, pass it. Rocks in the air, pass it. Rocks in the air, pass it. Everyone I say, take your passy and move it. Take your passy and move it. Take your passy and jump up. Take your passy and wind up. With the back up pass it, all the action pass it, and the root ball pass it. Make a groove. Take your passy and move.
It's my life, not your life. This is my life, girl, not your life. I wind my waist, girl, how I choose to wind it. I wind my waist, boy, when I choose to wind it. I wind my waist anytime I choose to wind it. And I don't give a damn if you say you don't like it. It has some people like to tell people what type clothes in must wear. It have some people like they don't want to choose even your underwear. It have some people like to tell people what they must do it, yeah. But I don't give a damn what they want to say, and I just really care. Cause I wind my waist, y'all, how I choose to wind it. I wind my waist, boy, when I choose to wind it. I wind my waist anytime I choose to wind it. And I don't give a damn if you say you will not like it.
Ain't do nothing, all the still talk. Well, this year, all you get is things to talk. 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 As a soca artist, I have a lot of friends, and I need all of them support to the very end. I love my fans, especially the woman them. But anytime that they see we talk, the thing that I do with them, yeah. So I'm giving them things to talk this year. We giving them things to talk this year. We giving them things to talk this year. We giving them things to talk now. We giving them things to talk. We giving them. We giving them. We giving them now. We giving them. We giving them. We giving them. We giving them.
For this year carnival, una here go up the field, and where them a look for they go get on. DJ 20 alongside Fireman Hooper.
If you're inside the Juve band, or you're inside the Monday jam, cocking up and you're turning, bending down and you're whining. As you look, it's your woman with a stick in she. And if you hear she, where you look for, where you looking for, where you look for, where you looking for, where you look for, where you looking for.
20 boy, I fed up one, you know. What you gonna put yourself into?
I was jamming behind Black Sand when I meet up Sexy Sharon. When she come and hold on me hand, she say come behind Lewis Lamb. From uptown till we start to jam, I ain't telling no lie, she's not me woman. Still if you hear she, where you look for, where you looking for, where you look for, where you looking for, where you look for, where you looking for.
Yours ain't complaining, been here since morning. What are you doing? Bring down the rhythm. Woman in carnival, hot on the festival. Yeah, what I'm saying. Yeah, them complaining. Hey, they want a hard knock. 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 What they want, what they need, what they want. People please. They want a hard knock. They want a hard knock.
We are the trending station. We are the trending station.
Me say action movie, you don't know it go. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, 1069.
Hey, hey, I'm leaving. Hey, hey, I'm going. Hey, 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 here I come. I'm fed up at this place, yeah. I wanna get away from me neighbor. I put it on me hot on me head, and I'm going up in Virginia. Because I love Virginia. The outer skirts and the interior. I don't care if I get lost. I'm going up in Virginia. I'm gonna live in Virginia. I'm gonna walk in Virginia. I'm gonna wine in Virginia. In Virginia. In Virginia. Up in Virginia. Up in Virginia. Up in Virginia. Ay, 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 ay. Up in Virginia. Up in Virginia. Up in Virginia. Right.
All the tongue them in now. We now, in a hole. All the tongue them in now. In a hole, in a hole. All the tongue them in a hole. In a hole, in a hole. All the tongue them in a hole. In a murder hole. All of the man in the tongue location, raise your hand. Sexy girls come round your bam bam, put up your hand. All of the man in the tongue location, raise your hand. Sexy girls come round your bam bam, put up your hand. A man he left from England to go the Caribbean. The first country he visit is down in Newfoundland. He meet up and some ladies who take him for a ride. He could not make up his mind, so this man he decide. They came from north to south, they go in and out. Riding from north to south, they go in and out. They turn and ask the lady some simple question. Say which song are you living and what's the location? They was all in a hole, Susan all in a hole, Patty all in a hole, Janice all in a hole. They talking in the road and they talking great and gold. Say all of the tongues, they up in a hole. Booga booga, boom 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 boom, booga booga, boom 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 boom, booga booga, boom booga 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 booga.
I have a brethren by the name of Tim, and the woman always a cheat on him. And anybody go and tell Tim, I miss a Tim, he never believe a thing. Oh my God, what me to be brethren? That's why DJ have become sing something.
Oh my Lord, want me to free brethren. That's why the posts have to come chant again. Something in the matter besides the pistol. You put your foot in fire and you get burned. Feel you not learn, that make you get on.
Man, you too booga booga, why you so booga booga?
Man, you too, why you so?
Man, you too booga booga, why you so booga booga?
Man, you too, why you so?
Well, yes, it's kind of about to talk so here, you know.
Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, man, the tongue thing, you know. And this time, tongue about them. I'm a say carnival, be a part of this. And I'm a rumby, and this. Stick up on a girl for politics. Stop like this, we know after this. Everybody on the road, having fun. We do one move, we put them down. Trouble when black, and it becomes. So when they see me, I'm cool, that's looking good. Flags high, toy. Up in the sky, toys. Behind the choke. Let me see that good. And flags, toy. Up in the sky, that's them, toy. Choke and toy. Behind the choke, in front of the choke. Every man down. Let me see the black them. Show me the rap them. That tongue. Okay, good. Let me see the black them. Show me the rap them. That tongue. Okay, good. Yeah, man. Chief. Okay, good. Okay, good. I love see them girls looking fine. Boom boom shots and big behind. Anyway, me see them, you want to wine. We how them get look good. You check yours and me check mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 time. 2099. So when you see me, I'm a good look out. We have flags high. Up in the sky, behind the truck. Let me say it again. We have flags high. Up in the sky, that's them high. Truck and toy. Behind the truck, in front of the truck. Every man start call. Let me see the rock them. Show me the flag them. That dog. Let me see the rock them. Show me the flag them. That dog. Yeah, man, 2010 for real, you know. All right. Well, yes, pass it. We get to now about 2000. So what's your rocket flag, all right? 1, 2, 3. If the flags them, let me say. 3, 2, 1. Show me what to have. 4, 5, 6. Man, woman, again. 6, 5, 4. We go jump up on the crew. Now go. We rock them in the air. 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 Go. We rock them in the air.
We giving you the best throwback.
I love it.
On 106.9.
And we see that our Facebook family is loving the vibe. We do have to make way, however, for Dr. Richards, who is backstage. Very quickly, before we bring in Doc, let me just tell you about what's going down at Flow. You can stay connected with a new Flow Broadband 250 package and enjoy fiber fast internet connectivity at home and pay only $60 for the rest of the year. Broadband 250 package is available island-wide. To subscribe today, check them out in store or send a WhatsApp message to the Flow Virtual at 494-5464. Terms and conditions apply. Flow is keeping you connected.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Good morning, Doc. Welcome.
Morning, Shady. Shady, I threw shades at you yesterday, boy. Where Shady?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I threw some shades at you yesterday, you hear? When you went out into the outer office, man.
Oh, I didn't.
The radio was on. I thought the radio was on out there.
Yeah, you're bringing your fish for who you like, man. Oh, golly. Good morning, everyone. Fernando? Good morning. Listen, before I jump into my stuff, I can't tell the last I heard from Slider. And I don't think I know I didn't hear Dave all week. Some of the usual suspects, Bigger Bigs too, so I trust them guys are okay. It's been a while since, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think for the past couple of weeks I've heard from Slider on air, and I don't think I've heard from Bigger Bigs on air for the last couple of weeks too. So
well, the last we know, Bigger, well, you would have known that he had a heart attack, and we haven't gotten an update about how his recovery has been.
I was not aware.
Oh,
was that while I was out?
That was, I think you were out of state.
Okay, yeah, I may have been out of state.
We heard, and this was a while back, so it's been quite some time we haven't heard from Bigger.
Okay.
Slider, we heard that he was ill.
I pray them guys have a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
I pray that them guys have a speedy recovery. Yeah. Never mind, we're not always on the same page. You're still our fellow Vincentians, and you want to wish them well. Before I talk about my other thing, I have to say that I listened, and I'm so happy that we are back on with TuneIn, and we are back on with the streaming. That's good. I was able to listen this morning, and totally appreciate the feeling that I got on the nuanced version with respect to that issue with the Broadcast Commission. I thought that was actually rich. The reason why I thought it was rich, I will tell you, because I know you will ask. So I'll tell you why I thought it was rich. Because it's a discussion that we need to have in St. Vincent, and we need to keep it. I know we have a number of issues looming, but if we are very serious about where we are headed in terms of the social cultural formation and stuff like that, this actually being able to control content, and I say that with such reserve, but I have to say it because it comes across wrong, but being able to, within limits and within measure and within reason, let me add those, control content, because content will influence formation. I spent some time talking about that yesterday. Also, I appreciated the correction and the nuance given by Mr. Weeks. That was very, very, very insightful. You guys have no idea. When I listened to it, I thought, man, that's insightful. I'll tell you why also. Because if I was not careful, and I'm pretty sure that's not what I tried to do, but inadvertently it happened, that I talked about Mr. Holness. I regret that I referred to him as Andrew, but that came out before I could, so, but yes. And I left the impression, simply because I listened, I think it was SVG TV now that I think it through. And he was the one doing the talk on Mali. And I said, maybe there is a twinning of intent between the control of the substances, trying to clamp down on the criminal effects in society. And I believe that there might have been some collaboration between the Prime Minister's angle and the Broadcast Commission's angle and their release. But I guess it came across that I may have indicated actually that it was the Prime Minister that was doing it, and that's not a good thing. There has to be levels of transparency, and Mr. Weeks was so right. There has to be levels of transparency lest the government be accused of censorship. And making it clear that there is an independent Broadcast Commission was not only informative, follow me now, was not only informative, but it was also instructive that there needs to be a when I say a hands-off approach by the government cannot be too closely involved in the quote-unquote censorship or the regulation of speech, music, expressions of this form, because again, it is for the safety of the government that there is an independent body that is doing this. So that correction by Mr. Weeks was wise, informative and instructive. But later on in his presentation, though, you guys, Daniel, you asked him about what I said yesterday with respect to the NTRC here. And I think the way I said it, I said that they don't have the teeth to do what they want to do. I think something to that effect. I don't know if you recall, Daniel, but I think what I was referring to is that they don't feel like, and Mr. Weeks was right, he made it clear, they don't feel like they have the kind of authority to revoke license based on, okay, this is an infraction, and this you varied, and this you went off track here, and this, that, and to build a case and to say, based on these infractions, we're going to revoke your license. As far as I know, they don't have the authority to revoke. Anything that they can do, like Mr. Weeks suggested, is going to be basically a suggestion, giving guidance and all of that, but none of it would be enforceable. He also did say that, and we had to watch this now, okay, that the NTRC can, in terms of acquiring an FM license or broadcast license, the NTRC can make the case and make the petition to the minister, to the cabinet, to the government, basically. And so I gathered from that. So this will need clarifying and nuancing and kind of disentangling. I gathered from that the final say in terms of who gets a license, and somebody could correct me here, but I gathered that the final say in terms of who gets the license, while the NTRC can prepare the case and make a good, and if within the NTRC's judgment, this is a good case, then they can just forward it for approval. Thus, if the NTRC does not think that it meets the standard, it will not get forwarded for approval. Ultimately, the final say lies with the government. And also, I gather from that in terms of giving and taking of license, again, the final say does not lie with the NTRC. I really got it, that the final say does not lie with the NTRC. So that's something, the discussion needs to continue, and the mechanisms need to be put in place, not just an ad hoc thing, but as this becomes a serious intent, that the proper mechanisms be put in place for the control of broadcast license, and with the requisite safeguards, with the requisite firewalls between the independent board. Please hear me clearly. requisite firewalls between the independent board and the government, so that no one can, for leverage and mileage, accuse the government of being an overly censoring government, etc., etc. So that's my response. But I thought that the discussion was really rich and very helpful, actually, to be quite honest. That's what I have to say on that. I hope that that's not the final word, but as we continue in this kind of, let me borrow the term dialectic, this revolving argument, that we will get somewhere along the way on this matter of controlling content. It's necessary. I have a couple more minutes, so let me talk about what I intended to talk about yesterday, being, well, I heard that. I was so happy to hear that money going to be spent on roads, Daniel. Money is going to be spent on roads. Fernando, you know how much? How many millions? I think if I said 9 million, I could be wrong, but that's a good chunk of money.
For which one? For the
major rehabilitative programs on roads, repair and road work and all of that. Man, that's just...
And see the figure, you know.
Boy, that is...
I don't know why I think it's a lot more than 9 million.
What was it, Daniel?
I feel like it's a lot more than 9 million.
I could be wrong. It's enough money, and this is great. We're going to be looking good. So I got to thinking, this is timely, it's good, and we need to applaud it. I mean, Vincentians out there, you know, sometimes we just look for bad things, we criticize, but sometimes when something good is coming on stream, let us applaud and let us be very hopeful about the thing, okay? Don't beat me up for it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Come on, somebody out there tell me that if our roads get better, that's a bad thing.
Who said that?
No. So tell me, because I'm saying it's a good thing. But you know, people like to criticize. If I say it's a good thing, somebody will look to say, no, it's a bad thing. But the roads going to get repaired. Is that a good thing? The roads going to get fixed. Is that a bad thing? The roads going to get better. Is that a bad thing? We have more money to spend on the roads. Is that a bad thing? We will employ more people in this process. Is that a bad thing? No. I think it's all good.
Good.
So I want to applaud that. But at the same time, let me say, I don't know the I don't know the parameters for the grant. I don't know all of the fine prints. I don't know what this money can and can't do. I have suggestions and I have ideas. One of the things that has been dogging me, especially with the number of new road users and more so rental vehicles on the road, Denny, Fernando, it's amazing. And it's a good thing, you know, that rental businesses are doing so well. I see so many rental vehicles on the road of late. It's crazy. But with that comes a problem. Now, not all of these renters are locals. We have people from the Caribbean who are coming in, people from outside of the Caribbean who are coming in. Some of them are my people too, and they rent. But I tell you, they don't know their way around St. Vincent that well. And man, have you ever driven behind a rental vehicle going through Lomans, going through Vermont, or even on the main? It's like they're driving, but they're looking. They're like, am I in the right place? Where is this? And they make sudden stops or they slow down suddenly. Man, that's a hazard. And the reason for that is that we don't have a lot of road signage here in St. Vincent. We really don't. Some of the curves coming around hairpin bend, a blind corner, you don't know what's around there if you're driving a rental vehicle. There's not even a sign, you know, to say when you come around the corner, there's going to be a steep decline of 6% gradient, 8% gradient, nothing. So you're driving blind, so to speak. I have often said, and I will continue to maintain, that there is a paucity of road signage here in St. Vincent, and that not just more can be done, but a whole lot more can be done. There's a connection and a correlation between adequate road signage and road safety. And I think we would enhance road safety if we spend on road signs. And I think part of the reason why we don't have adequate road signs is that they're costly. They're really costly to put in and to maintain and all of that. And we have limited resources, so we just can't put signs everywhere sign is needed. And not just with respect to the road, but with respect to where you are and with respect to what businesses or whatever is coming up. Just things that will help the road users. We don't have the resources.
You think so? You really
to do
think
this.
so? We could be creative, man. We could be creative and come up with some stuff, man.
Well, I know some
We
communities.
really
have-
need
I
some road signs.
I know some communities have done it, but it is under the purview of the government to do that.
Right,
But I'm thinking now that, and again, mind you, I don't know the narrow parameters under which you can use that money. But if it is about road habilitation and road usage and making the road safe and all of that, if it is wide enough to cover that, why not invest some of that in road signs? I think we will do a lot better where that is concerned. I have a little bit more to say, but on that, when I say on that, with respect to use of the road and how to make it safer, but I'm out of time, so maybe sometime next week or sometime down the road, I would. You got that down the road. Sometime down the road, I will come pivot back to this and talk a little bit about how I see some things in terms of how the road is being used, and maybe we can talk about it. We have quite a number of listeners, and maybe they can hear, and even if that's just a fraction of the road users, maybe we can begin something here. But that for another time. Now, lastly, weekend. And as we get closer and closer to independence, with activities, and know that they have a Queen show coming up, and know that they have the bikers coming and thing, and all of that. I'm just asking that you, all listeners, not only mind for yourself, but mind for others. Watch out for yourself, watch out for the others, and be safe. May God watch over you, and may God bless you to have a good weekend. Take care, everybody.
All right, man.
Thank you so much, Doc. Have a great weekend as well.
Okay, bye. All right.
All right. And that's where we wrap things up for today. We want to thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes.
Anybody you want to say any special goodbyes or anything before we jump out?
Yeah, just goodbye in general to everybody who was tuned in, and hopefully tune in tomorrow. All the popular face, and remember to always share the live whenever we're live. Yeah, that is good to be back on live stream and so forth.
All right. On behalf of the OMG in the Morning crew, want to say thanks once again. Looking forward to being with you tomorrow, God's willing. And we will again be having courts. They'll be joining us. They have some great things to give away as well tomorrow. So you're going to want to make sure that you tune in so that you can be a winner.
All right.
September is Credit Repair Month at GECU. We are improving access to